Hello my shield wall, and welcome as we begin a new adventure for Total War Warhammer 3. We are playing a new Immortal Empires campaign for the new DLC that just dropped a week ago. We are going to be playing a Nurgle faction. Ooh, I know, you're saying, Shield Bro, Mr. Jarlbear, you never play Chaos. And that is very true. And that's part of the reason I want to do this, because I have not given enough attention to the really cool mechanics that the Chaos factions have. So, I do not currently have Termicon, but we do have my boy Epidemius. And Epidemius looks really cool. I really like his TALLY faction, because I actually have some Nurgle units for 40k, and he reminds me of the TALLY master that I have. So I really enjoy that. And that's kind of what motivated me to try this. Number one, well, he's a free LC, so I was able to, have access to him. But number two, the Nurgle rework looks really interesting, and since I am a Death Guard player, I figured I had to give it a chance, So Epidemius ventures forth from the Forest of Decay in the hope of cataloging all of the Plague Lord's many foetid gifts to the mortal world. Epidemius, the tallyman of pestilence. So he does start with Nurglings, Plague Toads, Plague Bearers of Nurgle, Rot Flies, and Exalted Plague Bearers of Nurgle. If you saw my episode on Monday where we started our Malachi campaign, you saw me shred through some Plague Toads and Plague Bearers, but today, hopefully, we will be doing the shredding with them. So for the faction effects of Epidemius, he gains powerful rewards based on number of plagues on non-Nurgle factions, cycle time -1 for Plague Flesh Poppies buildings, recruit rank +2 for Plague Bearers of Nurgle and Exalted Plague Bearers of Nurgle units, campaign movement range +25% for Plague Cultists, and then we have his Lord effects. For his Lord effects, he has the ability of Tallyman's Blade, which is a summon unit ability that brings forth Exalted Plague Bearers. He has the passive ability of Regeneration when fighting against an enemy with Plague. However, he does have a +20% weakness to fire damage, and then melee attack +5 when fighting against an enemy with a plague for the Lord's army. So I think that's really neat, and I'm really excited to try him out. He starts way up here in the far north with the Chaos Wastes, and let's read a little bit about his lore. Epidemius. Epidemius is Nurgle's chosen tallyman, one of the 7 proctors of pestilence, and the cataloger of all the Plague Lord's myriad diseases. His path through the realms is an unpredictable one, for he goes wherever the spore of pestilence leads him. Epidemius is busiest of all when Nurgle's power is strong, for the might of the Plague Lord is inextricably linked to the constantly shifting ebb and flow of disease. Campaigning armies with all the poor hygiene that entails offer a glut of work for the tallyman, but also presents rare opportunity for his more unusual studies. It is a rare privilege to observe a mortal's decline, as their body and soul is ravaged by disease. But the experience is often over far too quickly. Fortunately, there are always more victims to study. Let's talk about Nurgle real quick. Nurgle, also known as the Plague Lord, is the chaos god of disease, decay, death, and degradation. He is perhaps the oldest of his brother gods, for the process of decay began with life. Yet Nurgle is also the personification of rebirth. After all, atrophy is simply one part of life's cycle, without which nothing new can grow. That's actually a really good touch. With that being said, let us become Epidemius the Tallyman and dive on into this brand new campaign. Happy Friday, guys. Let's get sick. Alright, my shield wall. It is time to spread our disease.
May the bells and gongs toll.
I love this one-eyed freak already. Hello, Blimberk. Plague-ridden wizard. Let's go ahead and stick you in there. I want all the magic I can get. Plus he gives replenishment. Make Tallyman stronger. we're going after the tower. We want to retake the Tower of Flies from the All-Seeing Eye. I see, okay. So we are up in the north. North, very north, as far north as you can go. To our left, we have the Broken Wheel of Tzeentch, and to the right, we have the All-Seeing Eye of Tzeentch. But we are planning on poking out that All-Seeing Eye and reclaiming our Tower of Flies. The Forest of Decay. You can make an upgrade. Ooh, Cultist Camp. You probably want to grab that right off the bat. But let's look at each tier real quick. So for the buildings, we have our resource, and then we have our military. Each military is a cycle, because cycle of rebirth is kind of the whole idea here, right? And I really like this. So you can start with Rancid Aloe, Plague Flesh Poppies, or the Demonic Egg Sacs. And, you know, as you work your way through, you get different access to different amount of units, all the way up to the spawn of Nurgles. And then same for everything else, Chaos Warg of Nurgle, etc. Nurgle is honestly my favorite Chaos God because he's the only one that seems to care about his followers in a realistic sense. And if I had to, you know, plague myself to one, I'd give it to the one that's going to make sure I feel no more pain, because I am the embodiment of pain. And I know that sounded corn. That kind of sounded, you know, corny, but it's not, because corn, you're all about the blood, right? But you still feel pain. Nurgle's like, no, you're not going to feel no more pain because you are constantly ridden with sickness. Oh, man. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and grab that resource, get our plague duration and spread up. Starting out pretty strong with the favor, making good favor per turn, and +5 infections. Epidemius. Decent little army there. East of Nurgle. We're going to go ahead, and we're going to attack Adamantis there. Marauders of Tzeentch, Zangor. Okay, so he does have Zangors and a spawn of Tzeentch, which will be tough. And keep in mind, I really haven't played much Chaos, but next to nothing out of Nurgle. So I am learning on the fly here. So if you have any tips, tricks, or anything like that, leave that in the comment section for me. Now, with that being said, let's go to war. Curse of the Slug is a cool army ability. Speed minus 45%, charge speed minus 45%. Starting off, pretty open field. Level 1 versus level 1. Let's get to it, my shield wall. It's time to spread some pestilence. Alright, shield wall, we are loaded in. So let's go ahead and form up. Wizard, and then good old Epidemius. So let's take a look at our boys here. We have our wizard. How beautiful he is, look at him. And then of course we have big man Epidemius. Look at all those butt cracks. Look at him, all his putrid glory. Very excited. Start deployment. And let's get to it. Forwards for the dark god of pestilence. Waddle faster. Waddle faster. Go, boys, go. Ew. Don't you just want to give him a nice smooch? Mwah. Dodge. Pull back. Ew, what the? I just noticed this. Ewy. Alright, so they're wasting a lot of magic on us. There we go. Pull back. Get them. Pull back.
Eliminate the distractions. Malady and malaise. I'll document it all.
Debuff them. There we go.
Nurgle Sabator.
Yeah.
Epidemius.
1v1 him. Yes.
Maggot King.
Oh, that flame attack. Not good. Get on over there. Take care of those Zangors. There we go. Knocked him back. Yeah. Our temporary unit wore out. It's okay.
Blade sword. Ready.
Debuff those pink horrors.
Decay. Epidemius.
Keeps knocking them back. Yep, now we got him. Debuff those Zangors. Yep, there we go. Took a lot of damage here, but
Epidemius.
keep it up. Wipe this army out. Yes. There we go.
Epidemius.
Kill the Zangors. Get those Marauders. Yep. Yep. Just mop them all up. There we go. Lots of dead in the name of the Plague God. A Pyrrhic victory, it says, but I will take it. Our first battle as a Force of Nurgle. We did lose one Nurgling, which is unfortunate, but we will replenish. We lost 91 out of the 353 we took, but we wiped out the full 523 that Adamantis held. And just so you know, we are on hard difficulty. Forgot to mention that earlier. Like it says here, we do have silical buildings, just like the noisome life of the Plague Lord's very own Garden of Blight. Certain buildings in Nurgle's faction progress through organic growth and decay life cycles to grant their different boons. Once a silical building reaches its final stage, it returns to the base level, and the life cycle begins again, which I think is a really interesting mechanic. We eat them. Pyrrhic victory, lost Nurglings. Devour the captives. Yeah, devour the captives. Get that 7% replenish. Adamantis is dead. We got the mission complete to engage the enemy.
Epidemius.
Epidemius.
Reckoner of
They're at a bridge, and we will recruit. Let's grab a Nurgling to replace that.
Song of victory.
A second Toad, and a Beast of Nurgle. You know what? And a Plague Bearer while we're at it.
New addition.
We're still making 1250 income per turn, so that's fine. Get that replenishment up.
Triumph in totality.
Triumph in totality.
My word.
Epidemius, we're going to give Route Marcher and Epidemic Outburst. Epidemic Outburst is a explosion that does not affect friendly troops. It allows chance to escape the melee, and it's strong versus multiple combatants. It also gives lethargy against the things that it hits, which decreases their speed by 80% and their charge speed by 80%. So we're definitely going to grab that.
Tools for cultivation.
And then Bleburk, we're going to... Miasma of Pestilence, probably. Buff that up. Cooldown minus 30%. Grab that, since he is our wizard. If you have a name for the wizard, or any of our units, let me know in the comment section.
Legacy of suppuration.
Alright, the noisome tumor shall be ours. Technology. So there are two trees. There are faction and military. For the faction, maddening crowds, pestiferous life. The military, refecundity, I don't know how to say that word. Which is an arm ability, which is a chain regeneration. Oh, will spread to friend units within the range. Effects up to 5 unit, replenishes hit points of combatants. That's awesome. We are so going with that. 7 is the number of the Plague Lord. 7 are the ways which Nurgle infects mortal and immortal alike with contagions. Invoke his methods and become the blessed carrier.
Contemplation brings reward.
Unholy manifestation. Right now we are on pestilence growth. We can perform that, and then we can unlock the others through corruption. Very good. So this is our turn 1. Legion of Chaos likes me.
Reigns. Though
Okay.
my power is unfathomable, I still need minions like you.
All right, Harold. You know what, Harold? You and I will have non-aggression. But everyone else must
Take what's there.
be infected.
Is fate.
We will march east. 3 turns until everyone is replenished. So we'll march in encampment stance after this turn. And we will head for the Tower of Flies, which does not have a good garrison, so we should be able to take that pretty easily. And then we will march on into the Plane of Illusions. But this is it for turn 1, so let us head onwards, my corrupted shield wall.
Victory.
So there are 298 other factions at the start of the game. Let us see what befalls them in this end turn. Onward we go. So I'm really excited for this Nurgle campaign. It's the unique mechanics and everything are just so fun. Their look is just so grotesque. I'm just so down for this. And like I said earlier, if you missed out on Monday, we do have a new campaign that just started on Monday for Malachi Makason. So if you're into the dwarf faction, you want to see the new mechanics and new units, definitely go check out that campaign that just started. Also on Wednesdays, I started a new historical campaign using a 1066 mod for Thrones of Britannia, and we are playing as Harold Hardrada. So if you want to check out that Viking campaign with the last Viking, go check that out. So we're going to march east in encampment stance as we head for the Tower of Flies. We have 1 turn left for technology. Wintertooth already confederated with the Aceling, which I'm starting to think is a usual occurrence because that happened in my Malachi campaign as well. after turn 1 they just confederate. So I'm guessing that Wintertooth probably attacks their leader and beats him in battle and just confederates him right off the bat. But who knows? Alright. 2 turns left on that building. I think that's everything for this turn, so we're just going to go ahead and head on to turn 3. Let us see what the end turn brings us. There we go. Technology done. We have that army ability now.
Proctor of pestilence.
March on, take the Tower of Flies. It's saying we don't need to fight this, so I'm just gonna auto-resolve, get that decisive victory. Yeah, there we go. Occupy, sack, raise. I'm gonna go ahead and loot and occupy. I wanted the infections and everything. The noisome tumor is ours. Huzzah, my sickened shield wall. Repair that, repair that. Get our good replenishment while we're here. And probably one more plague berries wouldn't hurt.
The tally host grows.
Tally host grows. Hey Harold.
Yes, I shall.
You want to split this? I'll take Volcano's Heart. But if we can use the Legion of Chaos as an ally, we won't have to worry about the east, and we can just march west and then south. So I think that was a good idea, getting that non-aggression with him, but we'll see how that ends up playing out. Epidemius, gonna give him Inspiring Presence.
An improvement.
And then Bleberk, I'm going to give you Children of Nurgle, Stream of Corruption, Curse of the Leper, Rancid Visitations. We want that Rancid Visitations. Yeah, I want to try that out. We did complete the province, so we have Foster Colts, Plague God's Pasture, Plague God's Nursery, and Plague God's Greenhouse. Probably Plague God's Nursery for now, get that control and growth going up. Alright. Technology. Pestiferous Lice, magic item drop chance plus 10%, casualties captured post battle plus 10%. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that.
A refinement of decay.
A refinement of decay. Alright. Onwards to turn 4 we go. Hi Harold, what are you doing? See what the end of turn brings us from the Nurgle God. 281 factions still remain. They shall wither like all things. Cultist camp complete. Epidemius is gonna head for Volcano's Heart. I love his little chair. Again, decisive victory, just auto-resolve that. I'm gonna just occupy that one. You. Forsaken of Nurgle. Yeah, I want those big, strong Chaos Warrior boys. So, well, I do want spawn and the other monsters. No, we'll grab Rancid Aloe. Let's do the seeding. Start building up our front line. Upgrade the cultist outpost. Epidemius has another point. Hates Tzeentch. Slime Trail. Let's probably hate Tzeentch since we're fighting Tzeentch now, and then we'll go west to fight more Tzeentch. Melee attack plus 10 when fighting against Tzeentchian factions. Weapon strength plus 15% when fighting against Tzeentchian factions. The Fly Lord and his devotees despise Tzeentch, for his obsession with schemes and trickery are the polar opposite of Nurgle's delight in slow, musty stagnation. Delicious.
Apparatus of ailments.
Bleberk. Grab Children of Nurgle. Triggers when casting spell, replenishes hit points to combatants. Yeah, heal our boys.
This world's time has come.
Probably march east just to see if we can cut off Herald, but I think Herald's gonna take that. Okay, we'll let him have that, and we can head west.
Malevolent Lord.
Hello, Admiral Leash. And then we have the Dark Elves that just came in from Blackrock. So let's go take care of them. We'll head west next turn. End turn. On to turn 5 we go. "273 factions remain to be corrupted." Alright. "We shall march on and spread our corruption and disease." Oh man. Love getting in the character with these guys, they're so goofy. There we go. Technology done. Mission issued. A rotten concoction. Create a new plague. Ooh, time to create a new plague. Well.
Tally, man.
Let's say... Oh, I'm surprised. Herald actually didn't go there. Hi, Vindex.
53 outstanding. Plague counter. We have need of
Grow our
new
forces.
recruits.
Very well. We could try and take the Crystal Spires,
Yes.
but there's a decent sized army there, so we might want him to come to us. See if Herald can help us. And then next episode we can start working our way west against the Dark Elves and the forces of Tzeentch. Let's go ahead and upgrade Tower of Flies. Actually, let's upgrade Bilious Cliffs first. That's on the forefront of the enemy territory.
No dallying, more carrying.
Maddening crowds. Yeah, let's grab that first. 2 turns. Campaign line of sight range plus 15% for settlements and control plus 1 for all provinces. That'll be really helpful, so let's grab that first. Let's hit the end turn. And we'll probably wrap up on turn 6 or 7 here today. Ah, Herald is coming. Herald! We're gonna get Herald to help us. Yes, Herald, you and I, we shall conquer the north. Huzzah, Herald. Onwards we go to spread Nurgle's corruption. We start getting our plagues going. We must spread them. Corrupted Gross, raise Nurgle's corruption in a province to 70. Alright. We are slowly raising it. This one's at 80. I think if we end turn, it'll just give it to us, right?
Reckoner! Tide of Nurgle, take them!
Yeah.
We shall go forth.
Military
and
access.
obliterate in God. Send the flag.
Yes. You and me, Harold. We're gonna be good friends as we eat together. We have one turn left on our technology, so let's go ahead and move on to turn 7, and that's where we will stop for today with episode 1 of our Epidemius campaign. Oh no, Harold pulled back. Uh-oh. Harold, come on. I guess you guys let me know in the comments. Should we just go ahead and march west and make the Tzeentch come to us, or should we siege it down and see if we can win a victory there? Oh my goodness. They attacked for us. It says valiant defeat. Not sure if we should fight this or not. We're not at exactly full strength. And we are outnumbered, and they have a lot of fire units, such as the pink horrors and such. And they also have the armored Forsaken the Tzeentch and the Zangors. Yeah, we're probably just going to have to pull back. But we'll save here, and you guys can let me know in the comments, do you think we should fight this, or you think we should just pull back? I'm probably in favor of pulling back to regroup, but like I said, you guys can let me know. Chime in the comments for me. But we're going to go ahead and stop here for today with our Epidemius campaign. I hope you enjoyed episode 1 and are as excited as I am for this new campaign of Nurgle. If you did like this and you're looking forward to it, please hit that like, subscribe, and bell button for me. If you ever have a comment, suggestion, a name idea for a unit, or anything at all, leave that in the comment section down below for me, and I will get back to you because I do read all of your comments, and I love when you leave them for me. If you ever want to support me further, check out the links in the description of the video, and you can also find my Discord there, or you could consider becoming a channel member. Speaking of channel members, I'd like to say a huge shout out to my Huscarl tier. That's a big thank you to Cole and Twisted Fate. Thank you guys so much for choosing to support my channel that way. It means a lot to me. But that's enough from me for today, and as always, I am Jarlbear, and I will see you in the next episode in the name of Nurgle. Thank you so much for watching.